Hello, MPS. That's right. It's a new year, but same and I'm here to give you the same tips, right, to get you through another year. But before we get into it, let me go ahead and say Happy New Year, okay? And this month, as we start the new year, we're going to get into the concept of self compassion. What a better way to start your year? Let's get into it. Okay, so I know the two words make sense, right? We know compassion, right? Which is exhibiting levels of empathy and care and concern. And we know what self means, which is oneself. You put the words together, and essentially it is about how we show up for ourselves as we would show up for a friend. Are we our greatest ally or our greatest enemy, right? And when it comes to self compassion, there are three components, right? The first one is self kindness. The second one is common humanity. And then lastly is mindfulness, which, if you've reviewed these videos before, will be kind of like a reminder on. And so when we put all those together, it really does create an environment for one to be kind to themselves, to remember that we are all connected to everyone, and everyone has some level of suffering, right? And so we are not alone. And then lastly, how to be mindful and aware of our thoughts without judging them or making them worse, right? And so when we think about self compassion, that is where we land. And so this month, we're going to be going through each element, right? Getting more specific about how they make for a more compassionate internal dialogue. But I think it's also important to note that the benefits of self compassion feel simple but impactful. One, once again, if nothing else, having an inner ally versus an inner enemy. Showing ourselves kindness in a world where we don't consistently get it. And in some components, depending on what your identity is, compassion will look differently for you. And so being able to practice it for yourself, to quiet your inner critic while also holding yourself accountable in a thoughtful way, that is where self-compassion really plays its part. So join me this month as we review some of the elements, but also talk about ways that self-compassion benefits us while also holds us accountable. So let's get ready for the new year.